Hi, I'm Llytic, the alien that sometimes gets mistaken for one of your Earth demons.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm just a human.
Hi, I'm also here. I don't know what a demon is. All right.
It's
Why
the
are
thing.
you? Why are you so pink and why don't you have horns? Are you some kind of demon or something? Still one of my
Somebody
favorite
say
ones.
demon.
Oh, God.
What if Arlo doesn't know Casimir demon and he just thinks he's weird?
I was really tempted to have Sheriff Ogden go. Goddamn cosplayers.
That would have been hilarious, and I would have loved him even more.
But of course, with the whole thing of I met Satan and I'm much worse. God damn it.
That was edgy crap.
Yes.
If that video has gone up by this point in time, yeah,
it probably won't have.
Well, at any point in time, if you're listening to this in the future and you see the first playthrough of Monster of the Week, I play Arlo Adams. I didn't introduce myself in that, but I assumed people would probably recognize my voice.
You introduced yourself as Arlo, so.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah. So, what are we reading today?
We're reading the story that doesn't make us angry, it just makes us disappointed.
Oh, okay. So
No,
Twilight,
this story makes me angry too.
Yes, but you don't get sick during this one.
Ah, and I can tell exactly where I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yes,
Wow,
we're reading Midnight Sun still.
Got a ways to go.
Yes. Yes. How many pages? 264. That's right.
Yeah, we're on page 81. We're not even halfway done yet.
That's right. Thank you for telling the people that we're on page 81.
Oh, cool. If they're reading along, they know now.
Yes. If you didn't know, then now you do.
Surprise soup.
No soup for you.
Peace, sad. May I have some more?
No soup for you.
Damn it. I took a deep breath. I had started this. I should speak first.
I'm sorry, I said, looking first at Rose, then Jasper, and then Emmett. I didn't mean to put any of you at risk. It was thoughtless, and I take full responsibility for my hasty action.
I mean, for someone with the ability to read minds, you don't seem to have a thought in your head.
Ooh, got him.
Ha! Got he!
Got he!
All right, boys. We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's the line. That's the line. Anyway.
Cue 80s credit music.
You're the best around.
Everyone's gonna put you down.
Now, come on, that would be me, not the person in the song.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay,
Tom.
Rosalie glared at me balefully. What do you mean, take full responsibility? Are you gonna fucking fix it?
You know, if the writer wasn't Mormon, I feel like that's what would have been said.
Probably.
Not the way you mean, I said, working to keep my voice even and quiet. I'm willing to leave now, if that makes things better. I believe that the girl will be safe. I believe that none of you will touch her. I amended in my head. If I believe the girl will be safe. If I believe you will touch her.
Just... No, Esme murmured. No, Edward.
Bad Edward. Bad.
Bad Edward. No. He just hisses and runs up the wall. His head turns a full 180 and just kind of stares at him from the ceiling.
Bad. Get down from there.
Like holy water spray now.
Okay,
that wouldn't work on these vampires.
So if Bella is an owl, would Edward be a cat?
No, I like cats.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's one of those hairless cats.
But I like
Those
sphinxes.
are adorable, though.
Those things are ugly.
They're not ugly. They're about.
Yes, they are.
They're ugly cute, like those fucking like Fugler dolls.
Or like those
They're like the cat equivalent of that. They're all fucked up looking and it's cute.
or Or like some like bulldogs and stuff like that, if you consider that ugly, which I don't because
If I wanted to look at a hairless
They are
mammal,
ugly. That's
I'd
what makes
look
them
in
cute.
the mirror. I'm just as ugly as that thing.
Okay, no, you're not.
Oh, exactly. So you agree with me that they're ugly.
Yeah, they're so ugly.
They're
They're
not
cute.
ugly, they're bald.
I hate those things. I
They're
patted
s-
her hand. It's just a few years. I don't want to talk about this. I don't even want to think about those things
Well,
anymore.
this
Ugh.
could have fixed the entire Twilight series.
Make Edward bald.
No.
It's just a Disney animal movie.
No. Edward disappears for a few years. Edward Cullen is dead. No one thinks about him. He comes back after Bella has graduated high school.
Or
and gone
say
on
that he transferred schools.
No, he needs to die.
Like, no one would have cared about him enough to give a shit when he transferred.
Okay, yeah, true enough.
They might have been like, "Why are you all still here then?
Edward because
studying
he
abroad.
transferred to a private school.
Why does he need to go to a private school?"
Because he's... God damn it.
The incident with the car crash rattled him so much he needs some peace and quiet away from the big public schools here. I don't
Most
know.
people I know that have gone to private schools have done so under the insistence of their parents. So just say mom and dad forced him to take the exams.
I guess they are quote unquote smart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True enough.
Esme's right though. Emmett said you can't. Wait, no, I'm thinking Jasper. You can't go anywhere now. That would be the opposite of helpful. We have to know what people are thinking now more than ever.
Nobody cares.
Just take a sociology class. I'm sure you'll.
No one cares about you people. They aren't going to worry too much because you're just a bunch of loner weirdos. The only time they're going to care about you is if your backpack seems unusually heavy.
And if in this universe there were like people who would actively hunt and kill vampires and were competent at it, maybe you'd have reason to worry. Maybe.
But no, everyone only cares about like literally Bella and the other guy that got hurt. That's why they all came there.
Yeah, no one came because of you, Edward.
Alice will catch anything major, I disagreed.
Yes, exactly.
Alice would be like, "Hey, I went to school and everyone kind of forgot about the fact that Edward was there that day."
Or like, oh, hey, nothing happens in the future.
By the
But
way,
yeah, like,
not a single question was asked towards us.
if like a specific thing were to happen in the future, she'd likely have prior knowledge of it.
Yes, probably. But then again, the powers here are kind of strange, like the way they work.
A little bit.
Doctor Strange?
No, that's good.
I have been falling for 30 minutes.
Oh, that was such a good movie.
You know, I tried to calculate how much force that means he hit the ground with, but I totally forgot that for some reason, as Guardians in the Marvel universe, apparently weigh like 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up calculating it for a human. It was like, yeah, that's more than enough time to reach terminal velocity for a person. So if we do that,
Luckily, Asgardians are pretty well invulnerable, it seems, anyway.
Kind
They're durable, let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Oh, is it my line?
Yes.
so
Is it Carlisle?
Yes.
yeah,
I mean, Carlise?
Carlisle.
Carlise? Shook his
Carlisle.
head. I think Emmett is right, Edward. The girl will be more likely to talk if you disappear. It's all of us leave or none of us. I mean, I guess
no.
Edward did walk into a brick wall by saying he'd tell her and then walking away, so she might mention that it's weird, but at the same time...
But she doesn't talk to anyone.
None of them do. None of them talk to anybody. No one
She'd
cares
mentioned
about
it-
them.
She had mentioned it to her dad, and then they'd already be gone.
Yeah.
Mhm. Pretty much.
Anyway, sorry, I was looking at Lycoy cats. That's what I put in the chat.
Meow?
They're cute.
They've been jokingly referred to as werewolf cats.
Oh, so that's what werecats look like.
Werewolf cats.
No, werecats from the Aragon series.
Yeah. She won't say anything, I insisted quickly. Rose was building up to the explosion, and I wanted this fact out there first. Yes, for once I agree with Edward.
You don't know her mind.
She doesn't have friends.
You don't know her mind, Carlisle reminded me.
She doesn't have friends.
She's the new girl.
And she doesn't have friends.
And she's not going to say anything because Edward told her not to.
And she doesn't have friends.
Have we mentioned she doesn't have friends?
She's an unlikable loner just like you. Talking to Edward. Funny likable. You're just bad at talking with people.
I know this much. Alice, back me up. Alice did not back him up.
Wait, oh. Alice stared up at me wearily. I can't see what will happen if we just ignore this. She glanced at Rose and Jasper.
No, she couldn't see that future. Not when Rosalie and Jasper were so decided against ignoring the incident.
Or maybe it's because of the fact that Bella's immune to powers.
Yeah, that's another thing. People seem to conveniently forget that. Or maybe it's just they think
they don't
just
know
can't
that
read.
Yet.
Yeah, they just can't read her mind. So that actually makes sense that they're a little confused right now. But even so.
But again, she doesn't have any friends because she doesn't talk to anybody because she's really standoffish all the time.
Mm-hmm. Except Edward for some reason.
Oh, she's standoffish towards him too. It's a real question as to why they ever got together.
I don't know. Magic?
The power of plot armor!
Just the power of plot armor would explain why they aren't dying.
True enough.
Rosalie's palm smacked down on the table with a loud bang. We can't allow the human a chance to say anything. Carlisle, you must see that. Even if we decide to all disappear, it's not safe to leave stories behind us. We live so differently from the rest of our kind. You know, there are those who would love an excuse to point fingers. We have to be more careful than anyone else. No one would give a shit.
Like, there's nothing so far that would expose you. It's just, oh, hey, he was suddenly next to me. Maybe he had an adrenaline boost and closed the distance.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Oh my gosh.
Shit. Who was it?
I think it was your line.
We've left rumors behind us before?
Yes.
We've left rumors behind us before, I reminded her.
Just rumors and suspicions, Edward, not eyewitnesses and evidence. There is no evidence.
Oh my god!
There's a messed up car, and apparently Edward used his super speed to fix the evidence.
And eyewitnesses are very unreliable because of the way that memory works.
That is true.
You could literally just end up remembering something a certain way because you were told it happened a certain way.
The way they're written, it's like they were trying to... It's like Stephenie Meyer was trying to write a paranoid family of vampires who were trying to stay hidden, but they weren't doing it in a good way.
But they weren't in any way likable, so you didn't care about the fact that they were paranoid. Except for Alice.
And there's no real reason for them to be paranoid either.
That too. But yeah, but they're all unlikable, except for Alice.
Gee,
so far, I've
which
only
character
liked 3.
you like.
Well, yes, but Alice is the only one that's shown to have a conscience. It's like Alice and Mustache Dad. Only characters that you really need.
Yeah.
Oh god, just have oh god, I'm imagining like a parallel universe where it's just those two hanging out, fighting. Like a vampire that can see the future teams up with the local cop of Forks, Washington.
And they get into supernatural crap that none of them are really prepared for. That
They
sounds
get into
awesome.
supernatural escapades in which she has to use her future vision in order to aid them.
I kind of want to write a story about that now, but that could possibly be a copyright issue.
Alice and Mustache Dad.
No, just call it Alice. Just call it something like a reference to Alice in Wonderland, except a different thing. Like I don't know. Sounds like Alice a fun story. There we go. Thank you.
Alice in Washington.
Yeah, like that could be a cool story.
Oh shit!
That would
Fan
be
fiction
something that
writers, get on it.
I'd only like that story if there was a reference to like the Mad Hatter. Even if like the main characters have no references to Alice, there has to be at least one.
Fan fiction writers, get on it and then link it to us.
and we will read it without
That
you
way
having
we
to
can
throw
read
up
something
Patreon.
good.
Yeah.
But
Just well, if you aren't a competent writer, then well,
Don't.
anyways,
unless you unless you donate to our Patreon, that'd be great.
Yes.
We have one of those. It has yet to be used.
Yes.
yeah.
Anyway, believe it's
Yep,
Zane's
it's my
line.
line. Evidence. I scoffed.
I'm actually in agreement with Edward right here, and I'm very conflicted about that.
I mean, at least Alice has a reason to be worried because of the fact that she can't tell the future right now for a number of reasons, including the fact that Bella's future vision proof.
Bella is power proof.
Basically, yeah. Like, it's mild version right now, so it's just psychic abilities, but
So we're saying she's just Garnet from Steven Universe.
that Alice is?
Yeah.
Only not a lesbian relationship made flesh.
Ah.
She's not two small lesbians in a trench coat.
Spoilers for Steven Universe.
That
Garnet's
is
wearing
the
a trench
greatest. That is the greatest description I've ever heard for Garnet.
coat.
Pretty sure that was a
Trench
Jello
coat.
Apocalypse line, honestly. So this
I've heard it come from the
Universe.
Frederator channel.
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, but Jasper was nodding, his eyes hard. If that lasts for more than 4 hours, he should probably see a doctor. Wait.
Rose, Carlisle began.
Let me finish, Carlisle. It doesn't have to be a big production. A girl hit her head today, so maybe that injury turns out to be more serious than it looked. Or maybe shut up and just leave. Person shrugged. Every mortal goes to sleep with the chance of waking up. Most things do. The others would expect us to clean up after ourselves. Technically, that would make it Edward's job, but this is obviously beyond him, you know. I'm capable of control. I would leave no evidence behind me.
Again, she hit her head. You could easily say, oh, she's misremembering things because she has a concussion.
If that lasts
Wanna
more
know
than
my
4 hours,
suggestion
consult your
or my
doctor.
thought? If vampires are real and like they're in this story, don't you think they'd be more worried about the environment?
You know, to make sure humans don't die off.
That
Sure.
would be
Different reasons.
That's one of them, but like they're acting like they're gonna live forever, but what about the eventual heat death of the universe?
Well, that wouldn't really be something that's factored in by the environment now, is it?
Well, I know
That's
it's
just
just all these
time.
like I'm just talking about all these future events. I feel they should be worried about that. I don't see a lot of vampires worried about.
Yeah.
because most vampires, well, in most stories, are portrayed as narcissistic a-holes who only think about the now for the most part.
Also likely because the writers don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, when they write a character who's supposed to see the big picture instead of the small one, they don't see the big picture. You know, I should probably make sure that my people's source of food doesn't go extinct in the next 80 years or so. Oh, good. Yes, Rosalie, we all know how proficient an assassin you are, I snarled.
She hissed at me, furious. They are cats. Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not. We like cats. Let's not make that
Meow.
comparison again. Bad Tom.
Edward, please, Carlisle said. Then he turned to Rosalie. Rosalie, I looked the other way in Rochester or whatever? Rochester. Because I felt that you were owed your justice. The men you killed had wronged you monstrously. This is not the same situation. The Swan Girl is innocent.
I don't know. Maybe Bella did rape someone.
Innocence proves
Just
nothing.
picture Rosalie saying that. Just I don't know. Maybe she did. You don't know her life.
Rape someone. You don't know. Also, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not personal, Carlisle, Rosalie said through her teeth. It's to protect us all.
From what?
Personnel, kid.
Okay, so like the whole thing
From
is like,
Bella.
okay, So like you've said multiple times in this whole thing, it's like, oh, you could easily kill a classroom full of humans. Why are you worried about them then? Like, as overpowered as vampires are in this universe, come on.
I'm guessing it's that they're worried about other vampires attacking them for nearly letting the secret out. That'd be
from the
my
words of the
guess.
artist from Skin Deep, monsters may have magic, but humans have nukes.
Well, I mean,
Actually, according to canon, apparently a vampire could survive a nuke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just dummy powerful.
Which makes no sense considering the fact that you'd expect that they'd be bursting into flames because of their flammable blood.
yeah, I'd just say they'd be vaporized in like no amount of region or ash.
Well, I mean, I'd say that like, oh, maybe they're like, maybe they aren't like physically vaporized, but all they need is for any part of their body to be open. So like that includes their mouth or their eyes, because those produce liquid, and suddenly those ignite, burning the rest of the body.
I think they probably just meant to nuclear radiation.
No, the implication was the impact force of the nuke. Because it
That's
said like
dumb.
point blank.
Where?
It was one of the other pieces of literature for the series. I can't remember where it was. It was mentioned on the TV tropes page. Because that was one of those things where it's like, that's not how that would work with the fact that they have flammable blood.
It's just,
They're full of kerosene. Yeah, but we could survive a nuke.
Yeah, we could survive a nuke. It's not like we'll just burn down. Oh! Just dead.
Like, we'll burst into flames.
I could just picture somebody just being like, care to test that? Yeah. Foomp, they're on fire.
Flashing back to one of the things mentioned as like a lore point of one of the stories I'm working on, in which Thor, like, more or less threatened the US military into nuking him.
Okay.
Just to prove a point that he could take it.
Huh.
He could.
Yeah, no, it does. That makes sense.
It's one way to put into perspective the power of a god.
Hey yo, nuke me. Watch this.
Nuke me, or I destroy Rhode Island.
Why Rhode Island?
Because it's easy. Yeah, because it's the easiest one to destroy first. Then I'll just keep moving on to bigger and bigger states.
Oh.
Eventually, he gets to Alaska. Nuke me, or I destroy Texas.
I could just picture a bunch of like hillbillies out in the middle trying to meet and like, I dare you to kill us.
Just
that all you got?
State-sized lightning bolt. State-sized lightning bolt.
One who just happens to survive just barely. That all you got? Head smash. All right, guess I'm on to Alaska then.
Nuke me! There's no one left to nuke you.
Well, shit.
Guess I'd gotta destroy Alaska then.
Merrily.
Sorry, Alaska. Boop.
Llytic, I think it's your line.
Is it?
Yes.
Because we were, no, you said she hissed at me furious. It's not, I said it's not personal. That means it's your line, Tom.
No, Zane said it's not personal, I thought.
No, I said it's not personal.
Did you?
You said she hissed. Then Zane said Edward, please, and I said it's not personal,
well,
and so now it's your turn.
Sorry, my bad. I'll go on then. There was a brief moment of silence while Carlisle thought through his answer.
Throbbed.
Throbbed. When he nodded, Rosalie's eyes lit up. She should have known better. Even if I hadn't been able to read his thoughts, I could have anticipated his next words. Carlisle never compromised. That's unhealthy.
Just a bit.
I know you mean well, Razzle. Coraline.
Razzle dazzle.
Dang it! We thought of the same thing.
Give him the old razzle dazzle. I hate the fact that you can't play that in Scrabble without a blank tile. Because there's only one Z in the entire fucking game. So I have to use a blank tile to play razzle or dazzle.
Like very much. but I'd like very much for our family to be worth protecting. The occasional
Oh, wow.
accidents or lapse in control is a regrettable part of who we are. It was very like him to include himself in the plural, though he had never had such a lapse himself.
So he says.
To murder a blameless child in cold blood is another thing entirely. I believe the risk she presents, whether she speaks her suspicions or not, is nothing to the greater risk. If we make exceptions to protect ourselves, we risk something more important. We risk losing the essence of who we are. Wait. Imagine them all agreeing to go kill, whatever her name is, Bella.
Bella.
But Bella's already mentioned this to her dad, like she lied to Edward.
Mm-hmm.
So they've moved her out of the house. So when they break in to find her, they can't see her.
Mm-hmm.
And they just start panicking.
She went.
Yeah, and they just start panicking. Especially because the girl can't see the future. And she's just like, I don't know where she is!
Oh, God.
And then since they broke into the house, there's like actual evidence now. Because like the cop has like security cameras in the house.
Mustache Dad for the win.
You got the good ending.
Bowser laughing. Oh, God.
I can't do it, I don't think.
I controlled my expression very carefully. It wouldn't do it all to grin, or to applaud, as I wished I could. Then everyone...
Rosalie scowled. It's just being responsible. No, it's just being a psychopath. I mean, come on.
Are you saying that murdering a teenager isn't being responsible?
Only in certain exceptions.
Okay. I just got to make sure just that I've been doing things right.
It's called being callous, Carlisle corrected gently. Every life is precious.
Clearly, you've never been on Facebook. If I had family, I'd likely be saying, why am I related to you? Luckily, I don't. Fox Dad is dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow, that came out a lot.
Years.
That came out a lot more callous than I intended to be. No, seriously though, I mean,
it's been a few hundred years. Had some time to grieve.
Okay.
Rosalie sighed heavily and her lower lip pouted out. Emmett patted her shoulder. It'll be fine, Rose, he said in an encouraging voice.
The question, Carlisle continued, is whether we should move on. Yeah, okay, everyone moves on. End of series. Good ending.
And being as they're apparently old geniuses, you could probably go to Yale by now.
Yes, more than likely.
Is Yale in the U.S. or I can't remember?
I think it is in the U.S.
Okay. Oxford's the one that's in England.
Yeah, that's the one in England.
No. Rosalie moaned. We just got settled. I don't want to start my sophomore year in high school again.
Why are you in high school?
Because it's a book written for high
You there,
school.
Zane?
Yeah, I'm drinking water.
Mm-hmm. It's
You could keep your present age, of course, Carlisle said.
And have to move again that much sooner, she countered.
If you say that you're in your 20s, you could get away for it being you looking the same for maybe about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just change the way you brush your hair every now and then.
Carlisle shrugged.
Tom. Oh, no, wait, me.
Yeah.
I like it here. There's so little sun, we get to be almost normal. Okay, yes, Wild Forks, Washington is quite possibly the most overcast place in the U.S. It's not near constant clouds like it's depicted in the book.
Well, we certainly don't have to decide now. We can wait and see if it becomes necessary. Edward seemed certain of the Swan Girl's silence. Okay, her name is Bella, guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but whenever you don't really care about someone, you're more likely to use their last name instead of their first name.
True enough,
I don't
but
use
like
their name at all then.
I don't know.
I don't know. You say the Swan Girl and it sounds funny. The Swan Girl.
This
Honk.
swan girl.
She's half
Those
swan, half
snorted.
girl.
Half owl. Half swan, half girl, half owl.
That's 3 halves. What?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a reference to Irwin, not Irwin, from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. What's his name, Irwin?
Billy?
No.
Erwin,
half mummy, half vampire, half boy.
it was a reference to a few things. That was, it was kind of a reference to that. It was being dumb, but it was also a reference to.
Yes, his name was Irwin.
Yeah, it was also a reference
Mandy.
to Man Bear
do
Pig.
I can't do
Yeah, I can't do an Irwin impression either.
it. Man Bear Pig, a thing initially created whenever Trey and Stone Parker didn't think that global warming was a thing, just to make fun of Al Gore, but then in more recent seasons was made into an actual creature instead of a man in a costume because of the fact that it's now kind of undeniable that climate change is real.
And then
Al Gore's still a dick.
And then Man Bear Pig killed Satan. So,
but Al Gore's still a dick either way.
yeah,
Because
no.
he was
Buenos dias, Mandy.
Oh my god.
I mean, he pretty much was just using a serious issue in order to give himself attention.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pity ploy after he lost the election against George Bush, but it like because I saw the document and there were some facts in there. It was like 20% facts, 80% like gaining sympathy. It was ridiculous.
Well, I mean, in his defense, at the time, wait, was it W. Bush or Bush?
W. Bush.
Okay, at the time, W. Bush did have the lowest approval rating of any president.
Yeah.
Anyway. Whose line is it?
Anyway.
I believe it's Zane's.
Okay, who said Swan Girl's silence?
You did.
Okay.
Rosalie snorted. Cocaine.
Cocaine. Aye.
Okay.
But I was no longer worried about Rose. I mean, sure, she might murder someone, but I could see that she would go along with Carlisle's decision, no matter how infuriated she was with me. Because, and Mormons said, God damn it. Because sexism.
Because -4 strength.
Because sexism.
Exactly.
Their conversation had moved on to unimportant details.
Jasper,
So how's the weather?
It's 112.
Is it really? It felt like it was 115. Just to be a jerk.
Tad cold out there, ain't it? It's 112.
I didn't say cold though. I'm like, I think my question was along the lines. So is it always about this temperature every year? Or is
No. What you said was like you specifically mentioned the word cold, but like I think you said for this time of year. Like bit cold for this time of year, ain't it?
I think I might have said. I don't remember what I said.
You specifically used the word cold.
I think I did say cold, but like, I don't know. We'll see on that one. We could just play it as Arlo just having his head in the clouds and conspiracy theories and not really paying much attention to the weather.
Or
even
just
if it's
trying to start up a conversation and failing.
Either or could be funny.
Like if you hadn't have started with that.
Weather's a good small talk thing, but I forgot momentarily that we were in the. So
this is like, okay, we go on to talking about the weather. It's dry. It's always dry.
It's the desert.
Just kind of like, wow, I ain't making a very good impression, am I?
No, we bullied that bartender a bit.
That poor bartender. Like, it wasn't you. It was Grenade and Zeffy. Arlo takes out his 4th cigarette.
Who's this person in the middle of the desert in a hoodie? And why are they standing outside of my shop? Just
You're in the middle of the desert in a suit.
And then it's like, I think with Zephy, it was more just ignorance of humanity. With
Yeah,
Grenade,
Zephy at least has that excuse.
Grenade was just being a jerk.
I love this. Like he's trying to walk out of the bar with a glass.
It's like, no, you can't do that.
You can't do that. I'm just borrowing. It doesn't work that way.
Jasper remained unmoved. Sorry.
I honestly just love that moment. Just like, where's the light of this? It refers to the calorie count.
I thought this was supposed to be a light beer.
Calories.
I have no idea what that means.
Zephy is walking a knife's edge of being a precious child and being super annoying.
At least Zephy has an excuse.
Uh-huh.
Steffi, the precious child who fist fights demons.
In the middle of Kevin's, and I wish I had named it Kevin because that would have been great.
I would have probably gotten the reference there if you had done that.
Like, if it had been Kevin's Diner, they're having a special on bacon cheeseburgers. That would have been great.
And we were fighting giant sandworms.
Yep. I mean, you did make the Tremors joke.
I did, and no one acknowledged it. I knew you probably understood, but you...
Agent Knight did get the reference.
Oh, cool, okay. Well,
or the person playing her.
Yeah, her mic was just being real quiet, so...
She's using her phone.
Yeah, apparently she is going to be using her computer for this.
Okay.
It's just that she was having issues of not being able to connect to the account on her phone using her computer.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
She's got that apparently sorted out.
Okay, cool. Maybe we won't all drown her out this time.
Hopefully.
Hopefully the decisions aren't as terrible as last time.
I was trying to make
sand.
good decisions, but no one was letting us have good decisions.
I punched the sand. You get thrown by a sandworm. You then get stabbed by a sandworm. You are unconscious.
He's got armor now. He's durable.
Not if he falls.
Only just.
I thought we agreed that at least he didn't take fall damage like that.
No, if something ignores armor, it's going to ignore all.
Oof.
So that's going to be interesting.
It's your line.
Who, me?
Yep.
Yes.
Which one?
I understood.
I understood that reference.
Page 83.
I understood why.
I understood why. Before he and Alice had met, he'd lived in a combat zone, a relentless theater of war. He knew the consequences of floating the rules. He'd seen the grisly aftermath with his own eyes.
You see, that's how you use that correctly.
I still think it sounds better as gristly. Or,
Grizzly.
No, it's spelled wrong.
It's not spelled wrong. That's how you spell it.
No, there's a T in there.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it is spelled wrong. Huh. Weird.
And I technically prefer the spelling with grizzly because that fits more with how people say it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. Like, I prefer it when it's spelled how it's said. No one says gristly.
Oh, it doesn't have a T on it. I just looked it up.
I swear it does. But, like, when people say it, they use a Z sound, not...
Yeah.
English is weird.
Gristly.
I did find a gristly. Yeah, gristly. Consisting of or full of gristle. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they don't use an S. It's not gristly. They always say grizzly.
Yeah, and they spell it like the bear, and that always bugs me to death.
Yes,
when
but
I read
I
it.
prefer it that way because that's how it sounds. And language is a fluid. That's why we say goodbye and not God be with you.
Oh, is that where that came from?
Yes.
Huh, cool.
That's the whole thing, Tom. Language is a fluid. It's a living fluid.
I say gristly. I don't say grizzly. I say...
I've never heard someone say gristly. I've only ever heard grizzly because it rolls off the tongue better.
I don't hear that word often.
Language is based off of what rolls off the tongue easier. That's the whole thing.
Grizzly. Both work fine for me, but...
Grizzly. Like, grizzly flows better.
Okay.
Grizzly the grizzly.
God damn it.
There we go.
It said much that he had not tried to calm Rosalie down with his extra faculties, nor did he now try to rile her up. He was holding himself aloof from this discussion, above it.
I don't need this conversation.
Jasper, I said.
Jasper. I also said. He met my gaze, his face expressionless.
She won't pay for my mistakes. I won't allow it.
She benefits from it then. She should have died today, Edward. I would only set that right.
Now, we need to go by what happened later in the series and give him an over-the-top southern accent.
She benefits from it then. She should have died today, Edward. I would only set that right.
There we go.
Say what you will about Jasper, but at least he's not a hypocrite and doesn't pretend to be something he's not.
A Confederate soldier?
He's a freaking monster.
Like, that's what I said.
What? Okay.
Zane.
I repeated myself, emphasizing each word. I will not allow it.
His eyebrows shot up. He wasn't expecting this. He hadn't imagined that I would act to stop him.
He shook his
What are
head
you gonna do?
once.
Punch me in the face?
He shook his head once. I won't let Alice live in danger, flat danger. You don't feel about anyone the way I feel about her, Edward, and you haven't lived through what I've lived through. Whether you've seen my memories or not, you don't understand.
Okay, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm pretty sure Alice can fend for herself.
Yeah.
Going to put it out there. Again,
Well, yeah, she's a
there's a
vampire.
reason why people pair her up with Bella, because she's a lot better at defending people.
I'm not disputing that, Jasper, but I'm telling you now, I won't allow you to hurt Isabella Swan.
I'm not saying I'm going to kill your girlfriend.
I'm just going to correct a mistake you made.
Well, no. I'm not saying I'm going to kill your girlfriend, Jasper. I'm just saying I'm not going to let you kill this person. There's a big difference.
I'm gonna set this right. He just walks up to Bella. Yeah, so it was just an adrenaline rush. I don't know why my brother's being real vague. He's just trying to act cool. Don't mind him.
Adrenaline rush. Just an adrenaline rush. I mean, he saw something happening, and he just body moved on his own. I mean, that sort of thing
He thinks
happens.
he's a werewolf.
Only heard the Pacific Northwest. We stared at each other, not glaring, but measuring the opposition. I felt him sample the mood around me, testing my determination.
What kind of
Jab.
anime? I feel your determination.
Your desire to enter the bone zone fills you with determination.
Jazz, Alice said, interrupting us.
Jesus, these lies are short. He held my gaze for a moment more, and then looked at her. Don't bother telling me you can protect yourself, Alice. I already know that. I've still got to. Still gotta save the world.
What happened?
What? I said my line?
Okay, I was plugging in my laptop.
What happened?
Battery was low.
Oh, you should really get that checked out.
That's why I plugged it in.
Okay, good. Plug it in again.
It's not what I'm going to say, Alice interrupted. I was going to ask you for a favor.
I saw...
Nothing. I was just be like, can you read my mind? What am I thinking about, Edward?
I saw what was on her mind, and my mouth fell open with a gasp. I stared at her, shocked.
Mustache Dad.
I stared at her, shocked, only vaguely aware that everyone besides Alice and Jasper was now eyeing me warily.
Oh
I
my
know
god.
you love me. Thanks, but I would really appreciate it if you didn't try to kill Bella. First of all, Edward's serious and I don't want you two fighting. Secondly, she's my friend. At least she's going to be.
Future vision. Again, Alice is the only one likable here. Hey, don't kill my future friend. That'd be a really
Edward's
big
like-
move.
Edward's like, oh no, I have to deal with this girl again?
Again,
uh,
only likable one of these vampires.
yeah, it seems to be that way. Like,
So we
Carlisle would be likable if he wasn't just like...
Mormon patriarch.
yeah, there we go.
Nothing goes above me. For some reason. But yes, so we have Alice, we have Charlie Swan, Bella's dad, and we have that one vampire who likes being human. Those are our 3 likable characters.
Oof.
Out of how many?
Looking at my wrist. Out of how many? What time is it? It was clear as glass in her head. Alice, smiling with her icy white arm around a girl's warm, fragile shoulders. Bella was smiling too, her arm around Alice's waist. And then they were boning.
Oh gosh, nice.
Oh god, all the fan fictions that are worth reading came true.
The vision was rock solid. Only the timing of it was...
Rock solid. But Alice, Jasper gasped. I couldn't manage to turn my head to see his expression. I couldn't tear myself away from the image of Alice's head in order to hear this.
I'm going to love her someday, Jazz. Sail my ship.
Sail my ship, sail!
I think this is meant in a more platonic sense in this situation, but the sail my ship, really funny.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, a lot of people who read the books just wrote a lot of, like, fan fiction between Alice and Bella.
Mm.
Maybe we should read that at some point.
Cleanse our palate of this.
I'd rather just stay away from Twilight stuff, just period. Not because I'm on the bandwagon anymore, but because I have a legitimate dislike it and not really care.
Yes, but if we're reading good fan fiction, like, hey, we took this story that we didn't really like, but there was this one character we like, and then the audience insert character. So we decided to pair the audience insert character with the one character we actually liked.
This ship's better, please make.
Like I said previously, hey, Stephenie Meyer, you know how to make your stories better? Homoeroticism. Only this time, instead of gay men, it's lesbians. Add them both. I'll probably like your story better if that's the case. Oh, damn it. I'll be very put out with you if you don't let her be.
Put out with you? What?
Or you could, I don't know, threaten to break up with him if he tries to kill your future best friend. That would be probably a very rational thing to do. You killed my best friend. We're over.
I was still locked into Alice's thoughts. I saw the future shimmer as Jasper floundered in the expected request.
Flounder like a fish?
Flop, flop, flap, flop.
Flippity floppity, get off my property.
Zane used Splash.
It wasn't that effective.
It did nothing.
But nothing happened.
I still love that. Splash could apparently launch a Magikarp over a mountain. But nothing happened.
There's a phone app called Magikarp Jump, and it's basically what the title says. You just jump Magikarp.
Yep. Zane's line.
Is it really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, she sighed.
She sighed. His indecision had cleared a new future. See, Belsan's going to say anything. There's nothing to worry about.
Okay.
There was everything to worry about.
I am trying to, like, avoid so many jokes here.
You should
way
make 'em
she's-
anyways.
Again, open letter to Stephenie Meyer. Gays. Please.
Please.
I don't care if it goes against your religion.
Yeah, apparently there was a revelation that came out. I think gays are in the something. Like, I'm not entirely sure how.
I remember in the Salt Lakes Pirates movie, apparently gay people don't go to, like, regular heaven, they go to gay heaven. According to that, anyway. I mean, that movie was using pirates as a metaphor for gay people.
Really?
I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Okay. So, like...
It was like, pirates don't go to our heaven. They go to pirate heaven.
Wait, what pirate movie? What's it called?
Salt Lake Pirates.
Huh.
Takes place in Utah.
Oh, interesting.
I thought it was
Salt
going
Lake.
to take place on a salt. Alright, never mind. You beat me to it. I was about to ask that.
Yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. It's called that because there's a Salt Lake.
I thought it would literally going to take place in a salt, like, sea. Like, Salt Lake just meant the sea because the sea is salty, but alright.
No. Salt Lake is a lake filled with salt. No. I'm thinking of the
Salt Lake
Dead Sea. I'm thinking of the Dead Sea where nothing lives in it. I don't know about the Salt Lake, if anything.
The Dead Sea? Oof.
Yeah, the Dead Sea is an actual place.
I just flash back to Aquaman again. I mean, that's not all that we have on land. I mean, we have trees and great mountains and lakes. You love them. They're like little baby oceans.
Wait, was this the Aquaman that came out recently?
Yes.
How
Just
was that
little
one?
mini
I haven't
oceans.
I enjoyed it more than just about anything else put out by DC. Because of the fact that it did have a sense of humor about it. It's like, you need to find this, and it's like the picture of the trident of Atlan, he just goes, oh, a trident? Yeah, I got one of those. Like, camera pans over slightly to, like, his mom's trident that's in the background. I got one of those.
Okay, I need to watch that now.
It has a sense of humor to it that's kind of great.
I hope Shazam's just as good, if not better.
I want to see Shazam so bad.
Shazam, like how there are like a few hokey moments, but for the most part, it's entertaining. Like the dude playing like Shazam himself does a pretty good job of like playing a teenager who's never had any power of his own, suddenly being in a superhero's body.
Yeah, and that makes me really want to see it because like
your
Shazam
phone's got power, and your phone's got power, and oh shit.
What the hell, man?
Like the part where he's in the convenience store and he gets shot, and this like bullet falls, and he's just like,
bullet immunity!
Bullet immunity! You guys are dead.
It's a supervillain! Get him, Batman!
But like one of the things I've heard is that apparently like the villain's motivation is stupid and hokey, but at the same time it's like, if you could get past that.
I mean, that's fine.
At least it's not like with the Justice League movie in which they use Steppenwolf as their big bad. Steppenwolf. You know, the guy that Superman once beat without his powers. By literally throwing like a battery-powered device into the water he was standing in. I'm not kidding. Steppenwolf isn't even a mid-level boss.
Oh. That's depressing.
And they decided to use him as their big bad.
Really?
Yes.
Ugh, okay.
Again, the man that Superman beat on a planet with a red sun, meaning he had no powers. Like, he was literally powerless and nearly knocked unconscious. And he's, like he was lying on the ground and beat Steppenwolf.
That's just
lying on the ground,
right
powerless, beats him.
Without the fancy gadgets that Batman has.
Yeah, literally he just threw like, I can't remember what exactly it was, but it was something that was electrical, and he threw it into the lake that into the lake that Steppenwolf was stepping out of. Like Steppenwolf was like ankle deep in there.
Pocket buzzer.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, granted,
DC
it's also
has just been terrible at a lot of the movies they've come out with. I mean, Wonder Woman is good, but like,
I think I might like Aquaman more than Wonder Woman. Less of those melodramatic moments.
Again, I haven't seen Aquaman, so I don't know. But like,
like
that was another thing.
Yeah, Jason Momoa, Aquaman in it was a complainer, but it was a whole thing of, hey, Your people killed my mom simply because she had me. I'm not too keen on you.
It makes sense, and just complaining the entire time, I can respect that. But I don't know.
It's like just the back and forth between the characters. Like I told Zane about this line yesterday, but there was a moment where him and Mara were like in like Mara's like underwater craft, like trying to get away from like Atlanteans chasing them, and he just like looks back and goes, "We got bogeys out our six." What does that even mean? Bad guys behind us. Then say that. Bad guys behind us.
That's great.
Like,
Is it
it
my
has
line?
a sense of humor. Yes. Yeah.
Alright, my bad.
Hmm.
I'll say my line real quick, and then y'all can talk about Aquaman again.
No, that's basically all I had to say. Is that it was actually enjoyable.
I told you there was change coming. I don't know Edward, but she locked her jaw and I could see that there was more. She was trying not to think about it. She was focused very hard on Jasper suddenly.
I think we may have skipped a few lines.
Nani?
I don't think there was any mention of the word confidants yet. And my word would have involved the word choked. So.
That would be the thing you remembered.
Yes. Actually, I think it... No, wait, no. It would have been my line, I guess, actually. Not yours, so... The way she said the girl's name. Like they were already close confidants. There we go. Now, Tom.
Alice, I choked. What does this...
Now.
I told you there was change coming. I don't know Edward, but she locked her jaw and I could see there was more. She was trying not to think about it. She was focusing very hard on Jasper suddenly, though he was too stunned to have progress much in his decision making.
Oh, god damn it. You were making it way too easy to make jokes about this ship.
I mean, they really
She's trying to
are.
stop thinking about it. That's not the future I'm trying to think about with the mind reader right here.
Alright.
Llytic.
I heard Emmett. What?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. She did this sometimes when she was trying to keep something from me.
What, Alice? What are you hiding?
Heard
It's
Emmett
definitely
Cromwell.
not me and it's definitely not me and Bella boning.
You always got fresher when Alice and I had these kinds of conversations. Stop talking like this. I want to hear.
She shook her head, trying not to let me in.
No, go away, Edward.
Is it about
Again.
the girl? I demanded. Is it about Bella?
Again, the more this happens, I'm thinking that she just saw the good future, the good ending. And she's
Sadly,
trying to
this-
keep Edward from seeing that.
No, Edward, she's mine. What? What?
What? What? Nothing.
Just shut up, Edward.
It turns out that it's actually... It turns out that Alice is at the center of a harem. She's dating both Jasper and Bella.
I think somebody's just jealous.
Well, I mean, if you're immune to diseases, may as well.
They're immune to diseases. Couldn't their blood be used to save other people? Wait, no, they don't have blood. Never mind.
No,
Exactly.
they have vampire venom, therefore it would just turn people.
And that could be considered saving people, but more than likely it would just cause more fixed. So,
Yeah.
Who doesn't want more vampires?
People who like having blood.
Blood's like last season though, dude.
I'm just not attracted to vampires.
I like my blood, thanks.
Attracted to many things. They are not one of them. There's also the fact that non-humans would just immediately die from being bit by vampires in this world, as vampire venom is literally just highly toxic to anything that's not human. Which is also the whole thing that was what was up with like the quote-unquote werewolves, actually some form of shapeshifter, as it was later revealed, is that if one of them were to be bit by a vampire, they'd die.
They're just trying to save their own skin.
So I would die.
Good.
I'd get.
Wait,
turned-
that'd be sad. Don't die.
I mean, granted, that would be neither a fair or just thing in most cases, so I'd come back, but Still
And then
not
I-
Oh, yeah.
my dog.
And if it happened to
'Cause-
me, I'd turn into a vampire, and I'd rather die than that.
Yeah, you and your weird speciesism.
Yeah, guilty.
I'd rather be a snake person.
Darling.
Yep, I'd say darling. Let's say it.
Or the joke from last session. Darling.
Yeah, that's all I'd say.
Redub in the entirety of Monster Musume and give me a southern accent.
Yeah.
Darling.
Have
Hello,
it there,
you
darling.
I believe it's your line.
Who, me?
Yes.
Really? Why is it my line?
Because Tom said, "Is this about the girl? Is it about Bella?"
She had her teeth gritted in concentration, but when I spoke Bella's name, she slipped. Her slip only lasted the teeniest portion of a second, but that was long enough.
I had seen things I had never before imagined.
No! She's mine! Why would you do this to me?
Vampire 69. And remember, this parody is still better than any of the parody movies involving Twilight.
Are we talking vampires suck?
Also Breaking Wind.
I didn't know that was one.
Good. It's specifically of Breaking Dawn. Because the whole thing about a good parody is something that even the fans of something can laugh at.
Yeah, and it's
That's how you do parody right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just supposed to take the established norms within the thing and exaggerate them. So, like, you turn Edward into a full-on stalker.
Mm-hmm.
Or, he technically is a full-on stalker, but you make it more blatant.
Like, this is wrong, don't stalk people.
Yes.
And make him creepier than he is actually in the book.
And you make Alice more likable. Wait.
By turning her into an actual owl.
No, that's Bella.
That's Bella.
Oh, right. Whoops.
No! I shouted, then I heard my chair hit the floor. Only then I realized I was on my feet.
Edward Carlisle was on his feet too, his arm on my shoulder. I was barely aware of him.
God damn it, with that, again, the joke. My ship is unintentionally sailing.
It's solidifying, Alice whispered. Every minute you're more decided. There's really only two ways left for her. It's one or the other, Edward.
Either she dates me, or she dates me.
Spoiler, she dates me.
Oh god, now I'm just imagining that Alice and Mustache Cop thing. Or Alice in Washington. Only it's also the fact it's like... like, I'm definitely not dating your daughter. Oh, damn it. I could see what she saw, but I could not accept it.
No, I said again, there was no volume to my denial. My legs felt hollow and I had to brace myself against the table. How do you have a better chance with her than me? I'm the best!
Because she knows what women want.
Somebody please let the rest of us in on the mystery, Emmett complained.
I had to leave. I whispered to Alice, ignoring him.
Edward, we've already been over that, Emmett said loudly. That's the best way to start the girl talking. Besides, if you take off, we won't know if she's talking or not. You have to stay and deal with this.
I didn't mean that. I meant go to my room.
I don't see you going anywhere, Edward, Alice told me. I don't know if you can leave anymore. Think about it, she said silently. Think about leaving.
I said my room. I meant my room. I saw what she meant. Yes, the idea of never seeing the girl again was painful. But not as painful as having her be stolen from me by my sister. Damn it.
These jokes are coming way too easily.
Yes, it is. But it was also
That's the best
necessary.
part.
I couldn't sanction either future I'd apparently contributed. Now, you're not condemning her to a future with your sister. You're blessing her.
Come on, dude. Don't think like that. Your sister's pretty fun.
I'm not entirely sure of Jasper, Edward, Alice went on. If you leave, if he thinks she's a danger to us, he'll do what needs to be done.
If he gets jealous.
Jasper's a Yandere hick.
Oh gosh. The worst kind of hick. The yandere kind.
The worst kind of yandere. They got 50 acres of land and a shovel.
Oh Lord, that would actually be super effective.
You can't escape me. You're on my land. All of
You
this is
can't
my land.
You can't escape me.
darling. You're on my land.
I see everything that happens on my land.
Now come with me and I won't kill you.
Oh God.
Maybe.
Oh shit. Ah. Oh fuck. I don't hear that.
Oh, I thought that was my line.
Is that your line?
I think so.
Yes, I just read that line.
Yeah, that
I
is
don't-
your line. Okay.
I don't hear that. I contradicted her. Still only halfway aware of our audience. Jasper was wavering. He would not do something that would hurt Alice.
You killed my girlfriend. Not right this moment. Will you risk her life? Leave her undefended.
Why are you doing this to me? I groaned. My head fell into my hands. Oh, boo-hoo. Somebody call the wambulance.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, hang on a sec.
Oh, you gotta go?
No. I need to look up something real quick.
Oh
I was
God.
not those protector. I could not
No,
be that.
Alice is.
Wasn't Alice divided future enough proof of that?
I love her too, or I will. It's not the same. It's more. But I want her around for that.
Okay, hang on. I'm just putting something in chat.
Damn it.
Love
All
her.
right,
Love her too. I whispered, incredulous. Was that my line?
Yes, we are going to bone so much you don't even know.
Yeah, sorry, and you're not gonna get included.
Yeah, 3 with my brother would just be weird.
Sorry, so
Adopted or not.
I could just picture him being like, "Damn it!"
Wait.
Zane,
Yes.
it's your line.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes,
Really?
Yes.
she
She
sighed.
sighed. You are so blind, Edward. Can't you see where you're headed? Can't you see where you already are? It's more inevitable than the sun rising in the east. See what I see.
I shook my head horrified. No! I tried to shut out the vision she revealed to me. I don't have to follow that course. I don't have to see you steal. I'll leave. I will change the future.
You can try, she said, her voice skeptical, her mind showing him pictures of him watching from the closet.
Dressed like Superman.
What? Why?
Rick and Morty reference.
Oh,
I understood that reference.
We're usually together. Me in the closet, watching, dressed as Superman.
that just sounds weird. What is-
Apparently, that was like the immediate joke that I think Dan Harmon would always go to for weird fetishes.
Dressed
or
as
for weird kinks.
Superman?
To be watching 2 people and have sex while sitting in from the closet, dressed as Superman.
Huh, Dan Harmon's into some weird stuff.
Yeah. Kinky.
I know, right?
Oh, come on, Emmett bellowed, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did Tom say his line?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Pay attention, Rose hissed at him. Alice sees him falling for a human, and the human falling for her. Wait. How classically Edward. She made a gagging sound.
Okay, I'm all for crapping on Edward, but like, even so, that just low blow, man.
I would just love it if like Alice is the men's just like no, not him falling for Bella, me. Wait, what?
I scarcely heard her.
What? Emmett said, startled. Then his booming laugh echoed through the room. Is that what's been going on? He laughed. Tough break, Edward.
It took you this long. It took you seeing the future to figure.
Yeah,
Okay,
alright. So we're going to read another thing, or you think we're done for now?
I think we'll finish the next page and then we'll be done for this.
Alright.
I felt his hand on my shoulder. I shook it off absently. Couldn't pay attention to him.
Fall for a human? Esme repeated in a stunned voice. For the girl he saved today? Fall in love with? Gee, Esme, you sound like a broken record.
Yeah, but you're missing the part where Alice steals her from him.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, definitely after this, we're going to have to find some of that good fanfic.
What do you see, Alice, exactly? Jasper demanded.
With your elf eyes.
What do your elf eyes see?
She turned toward him. I continued to stare numbly at the sight of her face.
It all depends. The orb of confusion.
Buffering noises.
It all depends on whether he is strong enough or not. Either he'll kill her himself, she turned to meet my gaze again, glaring, which would really irritate me, Edward, not to mention what it would do to you. She faced Jasper again, or she'll be one of us someday.
Really irritate me because I would...
Would this be considered foreshadowing or spoilers?
Spoilers.
Okay.
It's only foreshadowing if it's hinted at.
Okay.
You outright state it.
I mean, I thought so, but, like, I wasn't sure.
Someone gasped. I didn't see who. I didn't look to see who.
Yeah. But yes, so literally the entire crux of them getting together was because of the fact that he was told they were going to.
That's dumb.
I'm going to say that again. They only got together because he was told they were going to.
That's probably why she didn't publish this.
Oh, God. That's not going to happen, I was shouting again. Either one, because she won't be with me.
She was just told to. Just thinking, if someone told me that was my destiny, I would make it a point to be like, nope, I'm leaving, bye.
No, I'm hooking him up with someone else.
Bet, watch this.
Alice didn't seem to hear me. It all depends, she repeated. He may be just strong enough to not to kill her, but it will be close. It will take an amazing amount of control, she mused. More even than Carlisle has, because Carlisle is so good. He's the best that ever was.
Well, he does work as a doctor. He surrounds himself with blood.
Yeah, he's training and earning that, but like...
So yeah, he does have the most control out of anyone.
Mm-hmm, yes. He may be just strong enough. The only thing he's not strong enough to do is stay away from her. That's a lost cause.
And she's mine!
I couldn't find my voice. No one else seemed to be able to either. The room was still.
The only option? I have to kill Edward.
Oh, wait, is that Alice?
Yep.
I don't know if we're going with the joke with this. Apparently she's cool with an open relationship. You have to be willing to share, Edward.
Share her, Edward. Do it.
Share.
Share with your sister. Edward must be really uncomfortable right now.
God damn it. Okay. It's my line?
Yep.
Okay, I stared at Alice. Everyone else stared at me. I could see my own horrified expression from 5 different viewpoints. Sharing?
Why are we... What is that word? I've never heard it.
That's really funny when you consider the whole thing of how Mormonism, Mormon polygamous relationships works, in which it's like one guy and many women.
Doesn't work the other way around, though.
Yeah, which is the main reason, one of the many issues I have with Mormonism. I mean, I have issues with most religions that are based on some sort of like gender, like have some sort of gender politics to them. But
That's all religions then. Just
exactly.
After a long moment, Carlisle sighed.
He sighed. Well, this complicates things.
I love the fact that there was no gap in that. Just, well, this complicates things.
Well, got a love triangle now. before
idea
Jacob
of him-
became a thing.
Again, I think that most love triangle plots could be easily sorted out if you just propose an open relationship. Well, you see, I love both of you, and you both love me. So,
What if they don't love each other, though? What if it's like an actual triangle?
if they do love each other, well, that'd be even easier.
No, I said it's a triangle. Like, they literally, one person to the other, to the other.
Oh, and literally in a triangle. Well, then you just get nowhere. Unless one of those arrows goes both ways, you're gonna get nowhere.
That sucks.
Yeah, just imagine it like one of those stupid love triangle plots, and it's just like, well, if you both aren't jealous asses,
Then maybe this will work.
this could work. All I'm saying is I want one of those shitty rom-coms to have a twist in it to where it turns out that the main character, like the main person and subject of the love triangle, totally open for an open relationship. That would make things so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
I'll say, Emmett agreed. See, even Emmett agrees with me. His voice was still close to laughter. Trust Emmett to find the joke in the destruction of my life.
Screw you, Edward. If you don't find humor in everything.
If you're so upset that your sister's getting laid on the side. Wait.
I suppose
your sister has a side chick.
I suppose the plans remain the same, though, Carlisle said thoughtfully. We'll stay and watch. Obviously, no one will hurt the girl.
You gotta hurt the girl.
That's
Stay and
terrible.
watch, though? I didn't know they were kinky like that.
In the closet, dressed as Superman.
In the closet, dressed as Superman.
Zane, it's your line.
I know. I just had to think about that. I stiffened.
No,
Whoa there, calm down, man.
no. Jasper said
No.
quietly, I can't agree to that. If Alice sees only two ways,
No,
then
my
I'm
voice,
willing to share.
my voice was not a shout or a growl or a cry of despair, but some combination of the three. No!
But I'm willing to share.
We made it 7 pages, guys.
Hey, a new record.
Nice.
We're at 80. Next
88.
page, 88. So let's just put that in chat. There we go. But yes, so any writers out there, if you ever think of doing a love triangle, don't. Make it an open relationship.
Watch Terrible Writing Advice. That's a great channel that goes into all the tropes and is just really sarcastic about everything.
Yes, if you are going to have a love triangle, instead, twist it. Have it suddenly turn into an open relationship. And also, if you want to make your story more interesting, homoeroticism.